But to continue, let's have this last set of examples wherein we'll try to apply naman yung ating tinatawag na quotient law of radicals. So wherein, if you will be having the nth root of x over y, it is also the same as the nth root of x over the nth root of y. So paghihiwalayin mo yung nasa ating numerator and denominator, kukuhain natin yung individual root nila. For example, let's have number 1. Ang given natin ay square root of 4 over 9. So, gamit ang ating quotient law of radicals, pwede nating i-reduce it into an expression that is equal to the square root of 4 over the square root of 9. Ang gagawin lang natin, kuhain natin yung square root ni 4, which is 2, at ang square root ni 9, which is 3. So, ang final answer natin will now be 2 over 3. Yan. So, ganun lang kasimple kung paano gamitin itong quotient law of radicals natin. Next, let's proceed to number 2. Ang given naman natin is cube root of 8a raised to 6 all over 27. So, once again, using this law, separate natin yung cube root of 8a raised to 6 over cube root of 27. Now, kung papansin ninyo, itong 8a raised to 6 at itong 27, both of them are perfect cubes. So, pwede natin kuhaan yung cube root nila nang hindi na natin kailangan i-factor. So, ang cube root ni 8 will be equal to 2. And then, to get the cube root of a raised to 6, all we need to do is to divide that exponent 6 dun sa index natin na 3. So, 6 divided by 3 will be equal to 2. So, yan ngayon yung magiging exponent ni a sa ating final answer. So, it will become a squared. Next, ano naman yung cube root ng 27? So, cube root ng 27 will be equal to 3. So, our final answer will now be, yan, 2a squared all over 3. Yan ang ating final answer. Okay, so as we proceed, let's have number 3. The given is the square root of 75 over 36. Once again, using the quotient law of radicals, we can make it as square root of 75 over square root of 36. So, kung titingnan mo dito, si 36 ay perfect square. So, pwede na natin mamaya kuhain yung square root niyan, which is 6. Pero si 75 is not a perfect square. So, gagamit tayo ng lesson natin before about simplifying radical expression pagdating sa numbers. If a factor ay prime factorization natin si 75 at ang prime factorization ni 75 ay equal sa 5 squared times 3. Yan, dalawang 5 yan, tsaka isang 3 kapag nag-prime factorization kayo. Ngayon, gagamitin natin yung idea na yan. Diba, ang ginagawa natin before ay pinaghihiwalay natin yung square root of 5 squared, then square root of 3. So, gawin natin yon. Yan. And by the way, ginawa na nating 6c square root of 36. Yan. Ang gagawin na lang natin dito is to get the roots of the factors that is having a perfect nth root. For example, we have the square root of 5 squared. So, ang square root of 5 squared will be 5. And then, ito, mariretain siya kasi hindi naman siya perfect square. At the same time, nasa simplest form na siya. So, our final answer will now be the 5 square root of 3 over 6. Okay, let's go to the last example. We have here number 4. Ang given natin ay square root of 18x cubed all over 49y squared. Yan, gagamit ulit tayo ng quotient law of radicals. So, it will become the square root of 18x cubed all over 49y squared. So, itong 49y squared, yan ay isang perfect square na. So, pwede natin siyang gawin. Square root ni 49 is 7 and then square root ni y squared ay y or y raised to 1. Yan. So, ang gagawin natin dyan, ito na lang nasa taas yung ating isi-simplify. Dahil si 18 at si x cube ay hindi perfect square. So, anong gagawin natin dyan? Si 18, ipa-prime factorization natin. And then si x cube, ganun din, ipa-factor din natin. So, ano magiging factors nila? Yung 18 is equal to 3 squared times 2. Yan, 3 squared is 9. So, 9 times 2, 18. Tama. Then, x cubed, finactor natin sa in such a way it will become x squared times x raised to 1. Yan yung ating x cubed. Now, from this one, to simplify, yan, para ma-simplify sila, kukuhain lang natin yung square root ng mga merong perfect nth root at ititira natin sa loob ng ating radical sign yung mga nakasimplify na or hindi naman perfect square na factor. So, ito, yung 3 squared, ito perfect square yan. So, square root ni 3 squared is 3 and then matitira sa loob si 2. Square root ni x squared will be x raised to 1 or x, and then matitira din yung x raised to 1 sa loob ng radicals. And then all over 7y. So our final answer for this one, ang mga napunta sa labas ay 3 tsaka x, so 3x, and then ang natira sa loob ay 2x or 2 tsaka x. So our final answer will now be 3x squared of 2x. Yan, yung may mga bilog, yan yung natira 2x, and then yung nasa taas, yun yung natira sa labas. Yan. Now, after all of that given examples, I think we are now ready to somehow answer some exercises. So once again, I'll give you around 5 seconds to pause the video and try to answer this following exercises. So 5 seconds, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yan. So after that 5 seconds, so tingin ko na-pause nyo naman na and then na-try nyo siya sagutan. Check na natin yung sagot ninyo. Okay, let's have number 1, the cube root of 1 over 8. That is equal to 1 half. For number 2 naman, the square root of 32 over 16. That will be equal to square root of 2. Ito medyo maraming nangyari. But the final answer yan. Tignan nyo na lang kung saan part kayo siguro nakalimutan nyo i-simplify or nakalimutan nyo gawin. Next will be number 3. So the final answer, yan, will be 3a times the cube root of 2a squared times b all over 2. Yan. So, tignan nyo na lang sa solution kung ano yung naging way just to simplify this one. Yan. And once again, you can take a screenshot of this one just to check and or pause the video para makita nyo kung saan natin ifo-focus kung sakali magkaroon tayo ng exercise about this one.